In the name of Allah, the beneficent and merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that he appeared among us in the personage of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi. I further bear witness that he raised the exalted Christ and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the two of them left a divine reminder in our midst, and the hard-working Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It is in their name and their spirit that I greet the believers, visitors, and guests in the greeting words of peace and paradise of Assalamu alaikum. How y'all feeling today?
Fine, sir.
I'm feeling fine as well. Striving hard to make my word bond.
Yes, sir.
And that's a hard striving. Y'all know what the word striving really means?
Come on.
I know sometimes we hear it loosely, but striving, I'll give you an example what striving is Kobe Bryant trying to make the starting lineup to the LA Lakers his first year. That's what striving looks like. The young brother who just got drafted to the NFL and he's getting a chance to play and start. That's what striving is. Striving is a continuous action that you do that will cause you to sweat.
Come on.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
So when we say striving, that means that we are laser beam focused on a goal that can benefit ourselves.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So before I begin, if you can give Sister Aaliyah and the brothers a round of applause for what we are attempting to do. And that's just to give you a good word so you can start cleaning up your own lives. That is what this is about. This is about self-development. Nothing else. Self-development. You can't get off of the railroad track of self-development. You understand? So when we see the lecture, it says the power of the original man, we talking about self-development. How can a man know his powers if he don't develop? How can a woman know her powers if she don't develop? You have to continuously develop and get better until we put you in the ground.
That's right, brother.
That's how focus, that's what striving looks like. Master your impediments. You should not have the same impediments at 50 that you had at 18.
Come on.
That means you stop striving.
Right.
You got distracted.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's what this thing is all about when you say that you are a member of the Nation of Islam or just a righteous person, period.
Right.
Just saying you on the street or on the road of righteousness, that means you are on the road of self-development, right? Right. And then when you see the benefit of being self-developed, then you want to invite others to be self-developed, right? So then you can have a cohesive unit of individuals who are all striving for self-development, right? That means that when something goes wrong, it's not an automatic cancel them out, because we're a cancel culture. For sure, you don't do what we say do, you gonna run and go on about your business and hide under a rock somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay in the fight. You gotta stay in the fight, all right? All right, let's get going. Because I got a lot to cover in a short amount of time, and I may not hit it all, but I'm gonna get to a certain point and we can pick this up. If you hadn't had a chance to pick up the latest edition of The Final Call, this is what it looks like. It says the UN and nations watch as Armageddon looms by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on page 20. But the troubled world, there's no doubt that when we turn on the news, we see trouble.
Right.
But my concern is what we gonna do about it.
Right.
Are we just gonna sit around and talk about it? Or are we gonna do something about it of what we can do ourselves? How are we gonna survive this war that's called Armageddon? That's a good question. You just can't say because I know the teachings I'm gonna survive. What does that mean you know the teachings? You do what you know.
Right.
That's what it is. As a righteous person, he said, I'm righteous, I'm gonna make it, God gonna come. How you know God gonna come get you? How are you so confident that he ain't gonna skip past you and go get somebody that you think is less than you? You don't know. So you should never, as a Muslim, you never say, I know. You say, if it be the will of Allah.
That's right.
That's how all the conversations start, because you don't know. It's all vanity if you say you do know.
Right.
That's all it is to it. So we living in a troubled world. And God traveled 9,000 miles to give us a solution to our problem. This ain't about just coming in here and listening to somebody talk. It's about action towards the solution. You understand? The problem with, well, I should say one of the problems with us as Negroes born in America under a white man, who we refer to as a devil. All right? an evil, wicked person who we have adopted his ways, so we become devils, right? With black skin and whatever costume you want to put on. You understand? But he came with a solution. He said we need to know what? A knowledge of self first. That's the first thing. You go look on Egypt, it says what? Know thyself, written in stone. If you don't know yourself, then where's your confidence going to come from? You understand? If we never work together as a cohesive unit to do something for ourselves, we never know what that feels like to be successful. You understand? Success just doesn't happen just by chance. It happens by continuous action. It's an on purpose thing. That's exactly how success works. So let's keep going. Make sure you pick up this book, Message to the Black Man, if you hadn't gotten it, so you can learn about the success that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad took to heart and worked and proved to be true. Y'all hear me? He got the knowledge, he took it to heart, he changed his life, and he worked it to show that it was true. Just like our little brother Jeremiah came in and said, it saved my life. When the last time we have said Islam or a good word has saved our life? We got to appreciate these little nuggets that we've gotten throughout our lifetime, because it's going to be gone here in a minute. And nobody else will know. Once you go in the grave, 3 months down the line, ain't nobody talking about you no more. That's how it goes. Look at the pattern. That's how it goes. He was a good brother. That was a good sister. 3 weeks down the line, we ain't even talking about it. Not even talking about the work that they've done. Nothing. You understand? All right. In Genesis 15, God came, right? It says, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And afterward shall they come out with great substance, and thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, and thou shalt be buried in a good old age. So somebody is coming for us. That has to be made so clear to us. That's why I read it every time I'm up here. Because when it's clear, you act different. When it's unclear, then you unclear. And who came? Who do you believe in? What did Jeremiah say? He said, I pray to Master Farad Muhammad. Who do you pray to? Your actions are going to show who you pray to. How successful is Jeremiah in his endeavors? Do you know what his endeavors are that he is successful in? Learn about the brother. Learn about us. Learn about yourself, right? But God is coming to give us substance. And in the Bible, it says before that great and dreadful day, who is going to come? Elijah. So God is coming to meet somebody and give him some substance to prove that the methodology that he gave to this man is true and exact, right? And so we've been following this man for over 90 some odd years, right? Master Farad Muhammad comes. He stays for 3.5 years, gives the substance to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad works among us for over 40 some odd years to prove that it's true. So where we at? What else we need to know? Do you believe that he met with the Supreme Being? We say that. We say that. That's cliche-ish, but do you really believe that he met with the Supreme Being? You understand? This is the power of the original man coming back to save himself after he's fallen. That may have went too fast. But when he came, he said that we were his uncle. Nah, let's keep going. Because we have to have a clear we gotta be, as they say, cleared of all of our imperfections and really understand what that means. That is the greatest gift that we can have. That God himself, the Supreme Being, would leave his spot where he was sitting down ready to attack and come himself to save you and I.
That's right. Come on now.
The ignorant Negro in the West that follows the slave master, who became a sharecropper, who willfully gave up his son or daughter if the slave master knocked on his door. This is how ignorant we were. The enemy is all around us and we love it because he gives us nothing. You understand? Okay. But when the enemy first saw us, look what he said. He said, I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief, such such wealth. I have seen in this country such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation. Why is he calling us a nation? Who else called us a nation? God called us a nation. When did his servant call us a nation? And who are we? The nation of Islam. Do you understand? So it's all praise be to Allah. It's all lining up if we connect the dots. You understand?
That's right.
Okay, so he says, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage, and therefore I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture, for if the Africans think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
He ain't lying.
Go ahead.
That's exactly what happened. And this, according to this, happened February 2nd, 1835.
Come on now.
Just think about that, what he said, and look at the condition that we in. We've given up everything. Even when we find out about our ancient African system or our ancient things that we used to do as original people, we still will walk around with this white man's name.
Come on, brother.
And that's just at a bare minimum. When you find out, you should be trying to get out of his name.
Come on.
Straight up.
Come on.
Straight up.
Come on.
It would be embarrassing for you to know this knowledge and we still call you by the slave master's name.
Go ahead.
That's embarrassing.
Go ahead, so.
Think about that. Because once you know, you owe. Ain't that what it said? That's what it said. And God came to change names.
Come on, brother.
Did he change names?
Yes, sir.
Did he give the Honorable Elijah Muhammad permission to change names?
Yes, sir.
Then change names.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's just fundamental.
Right.
Right?
Go ahead.
Fundamental.
Go ahead.
He ain't gonna look at you no different.
Come on now.
He ain't gonna treat you. Half of them don't even know.
Right. Go ahead.
You walk in there and say, oh, my name is Shaheed Muhammad. They don't even know you're a Muslim. Only you do.
Right. Come on. Come on.
For real. That's how ignorant the people are.
Right. That's right.
They don't even care.
85%.
I grew up around Muslims
Right.
named Sharif Abdul Khalid.
Right.
You think I asked them if they was Muslims?
No.
Hell, I didn't even know nothing about Islam then.
Right.
That was just my brother's name.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But once we know, we get spooky and scary sometimes, bro, Greg. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, let's keep going. The power of the original man. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad says in an article, The Time of the Judgment, he says, judgment has been taught, and we have been warned that it is a day coming that we all will be judged, and whosoever Allah has mercy upon, that person have a great reward bestowed upon him, because we live in a world guided by the open enemy, the devil himself. All right? Therefore, being lost from our own people, therein, there was no one to teach us, no one to help us. All teachers was prevented from teaching us. How very pitiful condition our fathers fell in when captured by our enemy, the open devil, in our native land through deceit. Here we are today on trial before the God who will judge us all. That's the path that we on. That's the path and the light that they put us in. They lied and said that we would earn more money over here. Same thing that they do to us today in these jobs. Same thing. You'll go over there and do an interview, and they'll say, how much you making over there? Okay, I'll pay you 18. But see, what they leave out is how many hours you gonna get. Because it's gonna equal out to $10 an hour. But they know as an ignorant Negro, all I gotta do is give you a number and you're gonna run for it. You understand what I'm saying? We got to be wiser and smarter today because a God came for us. You understand? All praise is due to Allah. And he didn't come for us to turn us into some fools and ignorant people. He came to take us up out of ignorance so we can show the power of the original man. That's all what this is about. We got to be able, like Superman, open up your chest and it's blade of steel. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole new day. This should be a whole new black man on the scene. You understand? A whole new black man on the scene. We got to get there, family.
That's right, buddy.
We got to get there. All right. Next slide. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says in a book called The 7 Speeches on page 111. He says, my beloved brothers and sisters, this is the most serious hour in the history of America. Why is it the most serious hour? I'm asking, why is it the most serious hour? What did the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad just say in the previous slide? It's the judgment. Right. But if you believe that you're going to be judged when you die, then you don't think that this is the most serious hour.
Come on.
He also said that in Fall of America that the Europeans ain't going to stop building during the fall. They're going to keep building, right?
That's right.
He also said that when you know that it's near, that we would be in prominent positions. He got to have a scapegoat, right?
That's right.
So he can blame it on.
Yeah.
So we all happy we're in these positions, but when it fall, who you think they're going to blame it on?
Come on, brother.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, example. Barack Obama became president,
Come on.
homosexuality became legal.
Right.
Who they gonna blame it on?
Right.
And the black people, they wanna be gay anyway.
Right.
That's why he did it.
Yeah.
They gonna blame it on him. Come on. It is an all open attack. He said he's an open enemy, right?
That's right. That's different.
All right, let's keep going. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, this is the most serious hour in history of the black man of America. And this is the most serious hour for the white man's world. For we have arrived at the time in history, my beloved brothers and sisters, of the end of the white rule and domination over the dark people of the earth, or of the world. White America well knows the time. Her wise rulers and scholars have known this revolution would come to this country. And they have not been asleep. They are awake. They have been preparing for this day of our rise. And in their preparation for the day of our rise, they prepared a doom for all of us. But they didn't know that while they were preparing doom for us, they were triggering their own doom. We have arrived at that hour in history of the confusion of government and the madness of people. The government of America at this hour is greatly confused. There is madness in the government and madness among the people. We have arrived at that time in history of which Jesus prophesied, that time of which is written, as man soweth, so shall he reap. So when we turn on the news, we look at society, what do we see?
Come on, brother.
Why are they letting us in their social equality all of a sudden? When the God asked the question, why don't he let you in your social equality? Now you all in it. Oh yeah, we know how filthy it is, because we filthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got Puffy on the news. We got this person on the news. We got this on. We seeing what's going on.
Right.
They got idols. We idolizing these people. So there's stone idols in our face
Right, brother.
that we worship.
That's right.
And what did Abraham say? I didn't say it. When they said, who crushed these idols?
Right.
Well, tell him to tell you. Yeah, that's your chief. Tell him to tell you. If that's your God. Man, come on. We gotta wake up today, family. We gotta wake up today. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Make sure I ain't putting you to sleep.
All right.
And we can end it right now and go home and look at the game. I know y'all want to see Pittsburgh and Dallas tonight. That's the big look. Look. All right. In volume 1 of the Supreme Wisdom book by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1957, he says, recently one of my people, who is other than a believer, wrote to me and boasted about our having some of the finest schools and mentioned a few well-known names as proof of the great progress my people have made in America in recent years. But is it not true, my people, that your schools, colleges, and universities are from the slave masters? And who is benefited by the graduates of these schools? The white man or the so-called Negroes? I say that regardless of how much education your slave masters give you, if they never teach you a true knowledge of self, you are only a free slave to serve them or others than your own. Is your present educational system getting you independence from the slave master's children? Is it, or has it put the idea in your head to seek some of this good earth for you and your people, who number over 17 million in America, and a place to call your own? No. Who appointed your men to degrees and scientists to high government posts? Is it not their white masters whom they are going to serve? You will seek white men's jobs, but not a country for your own people. And that's what we do. I went to school. We all go to school. We all come out. And what we looking for? We looking for a job. That's it. We didn't have the luxury of our previous generation to pass down things to us. Because when we did get the engine going, then jealousy and envy creeped up, right? And then here go that Willie Lynchism all over again. So we start on our own self-destruction. You know, it's called a cancer when your cells eat each other. You understand what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but we have all of this knowledge today. Look at how many doctors we have in almost every field. Psychology. Just that alone, we the most craziest people on the planet. They'll come in and say, I'm Dr. So-and-so. I got a PhD in this, or I got an EDD in this. You understand? But what you doing? Nothing. Crazy yourself. They call them educated fools. You understand? So where is our real power? Then we'll see what? An African come over here. He'll go to school, and he'll take his butt back home. And then we'll see him on TikTok building a car. You understand what I'm saying? They got a whole, the dirt on the road, bro. And everybody smiling and dancing. But what we do, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing this. Shame starts creeping up. Why? Ain't no shame in the little man. And he building. And we supposed to be the builders. It's just something to think about. It's just like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad asked the question, what are we doing for ourselves with this education? But going in debt. Because that was the big thing that grandma and them pushed out of slavery. Go get an education so you can better your life. All right, we got that now. Check one. Then the most honorable Elijah Muhammad come. Now we got to do something for self. We ain't checked that box yet. Because that's too much work. That's really what it is. It's too much work. It's too much work. Go back and see how hard Grandpa worked. Go back and look how hard he worked. Go back and see how hard his father worked. He didn't make no excuses. He worked while eating pork and lived longer than me and you.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Good Jesus, Lord.
Had a damn hog farm. It ain't just me. Worms all in his body. He still lived to be 100 because he was working. Because he was working. See, we sit down, we get lazy, we start to gain weight, and we have a heart attack. Go study. Go back and read the problem book, questions 1 through 5. All right? Go back and read them because he did an assessment on what he saw. Don't worry about too much of the question. Look at what he saw, what he's reporting. You understand? Because that's a problem. So the first place that the guy attacked was what? The dinner table, man. Right? Then he started saying, you got to exercise. Ain't nothing like a cool, brisk walk. You know, he's exercising diet. Right. You see what I'm talking about? Then he said, what? Then we need to fast. You know what I'm talking about? What's that do? Regenerate the body. Because he's trying to do what? Expand our life. Is that right? Same thing Jesus is supposed to do with what we read in the scripture, right? Life and life more abundantly. Right. The God did it practically. You understand? Whereas today, you have all the scientists. They're all bearing witness. Hell, my mama called me yesterday. She said, well, I fast with her for 7 days so we can get some good fortune. I said, I'll start Sunday with you. But you got to let me know what we fasting on. What type of fast you talking about? I got to be clear. Because I may not eat and you may still be eating. You know? But, you know. No, seriously though. But my mom, she'll do her thing. She does. All praise is due to Allah, for sure. Let's keep this thing going. Okay. Let's keep this thing going. I got a lot of slides on here, brother. Inshallah. All right. 7 speeches, page 113, by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Y'all can get these books. We're not hiding these books. They're available for the open. You need to go back and read the full article. I'm just pulling different things out that fit the subject because the power of the original man is very powerful. You understand? I think the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the greater the idea, the greater the oppression, or something in that manner, right? So to lift black people, you should be expected to be oppressed the worst or the most. You understand? We should expect to be at the bottom because when we come to the top, it's over. I'm talking as a collective. There isn't an endeavor that we have engaged in with the Europeans that we haven't excelled at. The only issue we got is access. But it's not that we can't do the job. And not that we can't do it better. They just know how to cut off the access so you don't embarrass them. And they can keep using you as a tool. You understand? This is the power of the original man. His brain is heavy. So teaches the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You understand? All this is a science about the power of the original man. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the black man is the father of all human beings. Do you believe it?
Absolutely.
Can you prove it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was kind of weak. Can you prove it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He says, he is the root of all existence. Do you believe that?
Absolutely.
Can you prove it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, you can Google it today. You can use, chat will prove it for you. You ain't even got to look at it. You ain't even got to go to the library. Just ask your phone, chat. I think you got the new iPhone 16 out, right? Talk to it. Ask it about the teachings. Watch what you get. Watch what you get. Watch what you get. I posted something the other day about this white girl talking about Islam on the chat. Boy, they lit me up, man. They lit me up, man. They asked the computer, if you had to be a religion, which one would you pick? She said, Islam. Why? Fundamental, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just laying it all out, right? It's only saying what's out there. It's only reading from what's out there, right? The information that's out there. Boy, my Christian friends lit me up. Lit me up, man. Just lit me up. They's like, if you only posted that because you a Muslim. Nah, I actually think it's quite interesting. I had to be real about it, you know what I'm saying? Because the point is that the information is here.
That's right, brother.
And we just not utilizing the technology to really become wiser and better. This thing that we call Islam is not a religion. It's the nature of the original man. That's what's in the Quran.
That's right.
That's not me. That's not the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's God's writing saying that. And who is the original man? You and I. You and I. Do you understand? So all of this thing that they call a religion and all these prophets and messengers and all this good talk comes from your spirit. Comes from you. From the beginning. You just been taken on a westernly course and knocked in the head a few times. Now you done lost your direction. You don't know what's going on. Okay, let's keep going. He is the root of all existence. The Bible calls us the Ancient of Days. Come on. Who was seen sitting on the throne? We the gods, man. We the gods. There's nothing in existence right now that's better than a black man and a woman. You just don't know it. Because they conquered us so we can have low self-esteem. So we can think English is better. So we can forget about this old African stuff or whatever it's called, even though it ain't even called Africa. That's on a whole nother subject for a whole nother time, right? But just for the point of geographical reference, I'm gonna call it that because you know that. You understand? There's nothing better than us. Nothing. We just gotta get off the weed, get off the alcohol, get off the prescription drugs, stop popping the Percocets. You know what I'm saying? Stop walking around here dizzy, thinking you can fly, and then you'll start seeing something different. That's all it takes. All praise due to Allah. We have to do something, right? We got to do something. Because with all this homosexuality going around, our sisters who was already, 10 to 1. It's about to be 30 to 0. And there go the population. No more black people. Because we all want to be gay.
Come on, brother.
Because Barack said it was cool. That's just something to think about. All right. Said he sat on the throne. He said, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan points out, he said, with hair like lamb's wool. Like my brother right here. Like my brother right here. Like my sisters over here. Like my brother right here, right? So what are they describing? A black man and a woman, right? He said, lamb's wool with feet like brass burnt in an oven. Well, what color is brass burnt in an oven? Black. Black. Right? So he talking about the black man, or he talking about God who's black. But then we get a picture of Jesus, who's white. But remember, in the previous slide, he said they know what they doing. We don't know what's going on. On a mass collective. Some of us know. 5% of us know for sure. 85% of us don't know at all. We just following whatever color it is. I think Amir showed me something about the Wizard of Oz with Michael Jackson one day. And he was telling me that this is what Big Shaheed used to equate with some of us being ignorant. Anytime the wizard would change the color, that's what the people would do. Are we green today? Are we green? Are we red today? Oh, we red today. And they started a whole new song and dance. Every time that's how we are sometimes. It's whatever powerful, whatever we look up to, whatever they say we are, that's what we are. That's what we are today, boss.
Right. Go ahead, brother.
You gotta stand on your own. You gotta stand with your 10 toes to the ground, right? It ain't just a song. That ain't just something good to bop your head to. That's for real.
That's right.
All right. Muhammad points out to us that in that vision of Daniel, there is a picture of the new ruler who is to come after the white man's rule is broken and destroyed. That ruler who God or who Daniel saw sitting on the throne, that ruler, an ancient of days, is so old that time has erased his beginning.
Go ahead now.
That's us. That's us. Who in here can say when the first black man walked the planet?
Go ahead. I don't know.
Have we ever been taught that?
No, sir.
What about the first white man?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. Go ahead.
Absolutely. But they started off at what? Being a caveman. Right? So they started off with evolution, and then he become a caveman. Where the black people at? Because white people can't make black people.
Right.
But black people can make white people.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? That's how, he's so cool. He slided in so cool on us, man. Yeah, it's that Darwinism. Right. Why they studying us all the time. They digging us up out the grave. Studying our bones and bone marrow structure. Who are we? The power of the original man, right? Right. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is saying this is the new ruler that we have been taught about, right? That this is what he's gonna look like. All right? He says he is so old that they just say he was, he is, and he shall be. He has no beginning and no ending. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the black man. This is you, black man. This is you, black woman. But the black man has been destroyed by an enemy who has ruled and divided us against each other, who has planted the seed of hate in our hearts for each other. We can never become a solid people again until we understand what has happened to make us a divided people. And just when you think you know, you don't know. They done so much stuff to us that ain't even written down. A new book will pop up. When Dr. Wesley popped out that book, the Delectable Negro, I said, whoa, I ain't seen this one before. They talking about how they was eating us, man. Drinking our blood, making boots out of our skin. Come on, man. All this stuff they done to us. But today, it's all cool. It's all cool, man. Just give me a job, partner. It's all cool. See, you got to know. You got to know. You got to know. You got to know. They done a lot to us to divide us and make us fight each other. We divided over economy. We divided over sports. We divided over churches. We divided over what soup you done ate today. We divided over a whole bunch of stuff. It's just division. Just straight up division. And when you learn mathematics, division is what? Taken away at a faster rate. Right? First you learn subtraction, that's one at a time. But when you start dividing, that's breaking them up evenly, taking them up out of here. You understand? Mathematics is Islam, man. You understand? So when he say we divided like that. Like for real. You go in these schools and there'll be majority black women don't even know nothing about their history. So what they teaching us when we going up in there? About the Holocaust, about this, about whatever is in the text, whatever is in the, they don't, even though the text is so, it can be subjective. You can choose what you want to teach in order for the child to understand what he's supposed to understand to pass the test, right? I remember when we was over this middle school, we fought for using this book in social studies that came from a black perspective, but it still used the text, and we used it. And we used it. And they learned the same thing, but from a different perspective, and still passed the same test.
That's right, brother.
But they had a different pride about themselves. Them children are different. Some of them same ones are the ones that came up in here today and see me. Tariq was one of them.
Right, go ahead.
All them was one of them up there at Kennemer at that time.
Right.
Yeah. So you never know when it's gonna come back. Praise due to Allah. You never know when it's gonna come back. But we planted a lot of seeds. We planted a lot of seeds in at least 5,000 black students
Come on.
in that time.
Come on.
And I see them on the street and we get to talking.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. All right. But we got to understand our power. The power of the original man is not something that we need to be playing with. This is very serious work that we involved in because it has a time limit. It's not going to go on forever.
Right.
All right? There's a time limit, man. And this thing that we watching overseas, this thing about the minister told us. What you see going on over there is going to be over here. Boy, all you see is light. They not playing, man. What you think we ain't going to see none of that? The Bible say that this is going to be up to the horse. The blood going to be up to the horse's bridle. That ain't over there. That's talking about over here. So something gonna click in me and you. That's gonna cause us to set this thing off. Because they know we gonna set it off. No doubt we gonna set it off. But it's gonna be a life-changing event that's gonna set us all the way off. Because when you set us off, it ain't no turning it off. It's always an outside force that has to come get us off of your butt. And that's just nature. So something gonna happen. I don't know what, but we gonna find out. It's going down. And all them young brothers that got all these, what would you call? No, yeah, they got the guns, but what would you call them? Because the guns that they got are the ones that you sell at Costco. The defects. The defects. You know what I'm saying? You think you shooting straight, that thing going this way, bro. You got the defects on the street. Yeah. Killing all your help, telling on all your help, working for the police against your help. You know what I'm saying? You think people don't know? Man, come on, bro. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. I'll leave it at this. Man, let me tell you, some of these dudes that in these streets that you say are the rappers in Dallas are straight up FBI informants.
Come on.
Straight up and talking all hard. I was in the studio with Mo 3 before he passed. And he was showing me footage of these dudes talking to FBI agents.
Right.
So I know exactly who they are. FBI agent can go do some time. It's all planned. Man, y'all better, man. Come on. And you see it in the movies. You just don't think it's real. You just don't think it's your boy. Nah, it is your boy. It is him. It's the one that's real cool, calm, and collected. It is him. And what they talking to the police for? To go against the help that's gonna help you get rid of the police. Because we can police ourselves in our right mind. Right. The police was set up to govern us. That's the whole structure of it. That's why they all in our hood. They live way out here, but they want this assignment down here in South Dallas. They live way out in the boonies, man. But they want this assignment because they want to kill them some black people. They want to lock up them some black people. You see on the news what they talking about the judges in Dallas versus the judges in Fort Worth now. Talking about the judges in Dallas ain't high on crime. Who they talking about? Us. Who are the judges? These black women who trying to save us. Go look at the judges down there. They us. They all done went to school. They all tired of us getting railroaded. And they finding loopholes to help us out. So now they got this big campaign. We got to get rid of them. Man, you got to be wide awake to see this thing playing out. Because it's playing out right in our midst. Okay, where am I at? Okay, time of the judgment by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. This article, he says, the judgment is coming. No, it is not coming. It is here. He say the judgment is here. Why should we have a judgment? Why should people be judged? It is because of an act of an evil one that did not love truth and righteousness and wants to make a complete people who also did not or would not love truth and righteousness and justice, that they may mislead us in the way of righteousness. What does that mean? They may mislead us in the way of righteousness. He's speaking the Quran.
Come on.
Where in the Quran, the devil said, I'm going to be in their straight path.
That's right.
This is what he's talking about.
That's right.
So they can mislead us in the way of righteousness. That means that the preachers and all this stuff, this system that they set up for preachers and churches is paid for, bought and signed and delivered. And that type of teaching has been permeated in our community where now you don't even need to be a big preacher to learn that type of doctrine. Because it's all in our community. And so the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that it's what? It's a slave-making religion. Do you understand? Basically what it is, but even deeper than that, bro. You bowing down to the weakness that's inside yourself. Because they didn't just pop up. We brought them into existence. So they came from us. Is that right? So we bowing down to our own weakness. This is what they know. This is what they know. All right. That they may mislead us in the way of righteousness, and this way of turning the whole nation of the earth, the Aboriginal people, the black man, into following them, believing in them, in their falsehood. We would be able to carry down the day of resurrection, at the day of resurrection, the day of judgment. Most everyone that did not have the knowledge of him, of them, I should say, for they are a whole race of people. This people that I'm referring to is none other than the white race. They have ruled according to their God, Yaqub. That's something right there. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that he called their God who? Yaqub. And we got all these debates going on. Was Yaqub the God of his time? Read the books. Right. It shouldn't even be a debate. Who give them, but let me stop right there. All of that is a distraction. When we start debating and sciencing over the teachings, that's a distraction because the teachings are simple and plain. When you start getting way up out here and the mother plane got homeless children on them and all this, then you off the course. You a space ghost now.
Come on now.
Who old enough to remember the Great Space Coaster? That cartoon. I know the young ones ain't. I'm up there a little bit too though. The Great Space Coaster, right?
Right.
All of that is a distraction because the teaching is not supposed to confuse us. It's supposed to be simple that we can apply it and get some benefit from it. That's all it is. That's all it is. It ain't no big scholar. It talks about some stuff in simple language, but it's not supposed to be difficult and cause confusion, okay?
Right.
Okay. He said, Yaqub, who gave them the knowledge, who made them and taught them I'm talking about how to rule us for the past 6,000 years. This has been done, and they brought us up without the knowledge of ourselves, making us a prey of them in the day of judgment in which we now live. That's deep. So how do you control black people?
Come on now.
How do you control black people? You start lying. You start lying on them. And they take it as face value. They don't go investigate it. They'll go kill you. Oh, my partner told me that you did this. How you know that's your partner?
Come on.
That's all you gotta do is lie. Who taught them to lie? We taught that Yaqub did what? Tricks and lies.
That's right.
Tricks and lies, right? Talking about a nature, right? So it's not a coincidence that all you gotta do is tell a lie to us because we them now in the 21st. 85% of us is them now in the 21st century. All you gotta do is lie to us and we'll go kill somebody.
Right.
With no proof at all. Then go to jail. This whole trial about young Dolph. Think about that. Oh, you gonna get a certain amount of money. And then you don't go get it. So they on trial just snitching on everybody.
Right.
Just telling on everybody. Because you gonna go to jail. That's what it is. So is it worth it? Is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. Not at all. Not at all. It's not worth it at all, man, to go kill another black man. In fact, in the Holy Quran, it says if you kill another person, it's as if you killed all of humanity.
That's what it says. Go ahead.
Muslims ain't supposed to be just going around here killing folks.
That's right.
And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that all our people are Muslims.
That's right.
All of them. They just don't know it. They got to be taught, right? Right. So this is the day of judgment in which we living in. We got to peel through all this confusion and find the light. And it's a very narrow scope. You got to find that laser beam, but you got to peel through all this confusion and all this doubt. You understand? So we can see what it is we need to see. And then once we see it, it should activate us in an action where we are collectively doing something together for ourselves. This is the power of the original man. When you say them old African proverbs, many hands make what? Make light work, right? That's the power of the original man. You understand what I'm saying? Some of the things that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad brought us, some of the sayings, we've been saying them for a long time.
Right.
But it has to be reintroduced to ignorant people who don't know who they are at all.
That's right.
So you find yourself, when you start studying this, that you'll start reading something on, I'm just going to say Africa just for the reference point, on African history, right? And then you'll find something and you'll be like, oh man, no, he didn't know that. They knew it before them. So now you all in the African science and stuff now, right?
Right. Real.
No, for real.
Right.
Then you start studying Noble Drew Ali and you be, oh, now I'm one of them.
Right.
You just like them in The Wizard of Oz. Whatever color it is, that's what I am. Right. Then you come back to the nation because now I done figured it out. You know, everybody's journey is different. You understand? But the point is we got to get on the right road. You know, because I don't care what if you right and you cool with me. That's all it is to it. What I use to govern my morals is what I use. What you use to govern your morals is what you use. But as long as we can be cool together and we friends and you ain't trying to do no shady stuff, I don't care what you call yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because in the final analysis and the final result, what I read, you just got to be righteous. That's it. That's it. You got to be righteous. That is the final analysis. Being a good person, right? That's it. Okay. Let's go. Back to the 7 speeches. Page 114. Y'all gotta go get them 7 speeches, man. Man, y'all gotta go get that book, The 7 Speeches, man. I mean, because this is when the minister was, you know, speaking in places, man. You know what I'm saying? You talking about different age groups and throwing in the history. You gotta go get these 7 speeches, right? Because he's talking about the power of the original man. He says, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the white man pumped his blood into our women. True or false? True. That's what we got all these light-skinned people around here. No offense. If I go to Africa, they gonna say I'm white. No offense. But this is what he did, right? Right. He had access to her during slavery, right? He made all of these different colors. And then he made the lighter one think that he was better than the darker one. Isn't that right? He divided us by color and he divided us by features. Some of us had kinky hair. Some of us had curly hair. And the curly-haired brother and sister strutted because they felt they were closer to the master. That's how it all got set up. Amplifying our differences. Look, when I ask the question, how do you control the black man? This is how you do it. Because at this point in our development, 85% of us are so simple-minded.
Come on, brother. Come on.
You understand that we go wherever the wind blows.
Right.
So he can come in and say anything to activate us.
Right.
Anything. And he knows that. That's why you go to school to be a psychologist, right? You just don't use it. But he's teaching you about the brain that he learned from experimenting on us.
Right.
Think Sigmund Freud get all his knowledge from? Working on Brother Armin's ancestors. With no anesthesia.
That's right.
We run, we were runaway slave, he say we got dropodomania. Yeah, that's a psychological disease if a black man want to be free. So we cut his foot off. Come on. Man. Y'all messing my lecture down, bro. But it's true, though. You dealing with some dope heads. He ain't lying. You are dealing. Hey, go back and study these founding fathers that got out of prison. Go back and talk about all the coke they used to sniff. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff and opium they used to ship out to China and go do it. He ain't lying. That just ain't what I'm talking about right now. But they were some dope heads. And then got the nerve to talk about pookiness. Come on. Come on. This thing is real. Then make it illegal so you can't come up. How you think they got rich? Selling dope. All right, let's keep going. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says he brought him into the house and he left the other brother in the field. And then the one that was in the house said to the brother in the field, I'm better than you. Today he does the same thing. He offers you a high-paying job and a high position that makes you stick your chest out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You can walk around, get your hair done, got your nails tight. You know what I'm saying? Got the high heels on, got your booty out. You know, you popping. You popping because the white man gave you that job. So he like seeing you come through there and look like that. You think he don't like seeing that? He like whatever we like. Come on. You better come. I'm trying. Hey, if you wasn't ready for this real talk today, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But this is the nation of Islam. You know, we're going to speak truth no matter whom or what. We're going to bring out the facts no matter whom or what. You understand? Because this ain't the time to play around if we living in the judgment. You got to know straight up what's going on. It ain't no, don't you, if those who read books, don't you like the books that just get right to the point? Or do you like the books that want to, all the flowers were yellow, then they blowed, all the, you know, they just fillers, you know what I'm saying? You want to get right to the point, right? So when you read the Holy Quran, that's God talking directly to you, giving it right to the point. He ain't skipping around and doing all this stuff. He getting right to it. Because that's what you need, straight words. Straight words, right? Okay. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, so he gives you a high position. But what he doesn't know is that the brother who he thinks is a nigga, has already been awakened and is in the house doing work for the brother in the field. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. See, so we talking about a mindset on the original man, right? If you've never seen the movie The Spook That Sat by the Door, go on YouTube and look at it. Then if you look at it, go read the book so you can get the details about it. This is an old movie. This is before my time, but it was put in my possession as a young man. You understand? It's about a brother who went and learned everything from the CIA and came back to the hood and taught the brothers. Right before the Vietnam War. So it was a lot going on. But in the movie, they show him how they taking over the radio station, how they using the light-skinned brothers to look white so they can do bank robberies. They doing all kind of stuff. Check out that book, The Spook That Sat by the Door. Because he's doing the work for the brother in the field. Now they done figured out how the teamwork makes the dream work. And what's the dream? We got to get rid of this white man.
That's right.
That's the dream. So we can be free, justified, and made equal. He's the one that's in the way. And it ain't him physically, it's him mentally. Because he can disappear off the planet today, and you will replace him. Right. We still got the Negroes to deal with. Because he done trained us so well that we train our offspring to do bad things to themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a self-destruction type thing. You know? It's a self-destruction type thing. Okay. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. How you doing back there, Brother Monroe? We all right? All right. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says in the time of the judgment, the evil opponent, the devil in person. Why do you think he keeps saying that? Why do you think he keeps saying the devil in person?
Come on now.
Because if the devil is real, so is God.
Come on.
The devil is real, so is God. If the devil got an assignment, so do the God. Everybody got plays. Everybody got plays, right? And then he goes on to say what he said, the evil opponent, the devil in person, an open enemy of ours. He's giving you a description. And he's saying these things on purpose. He's not just saying these things, right? Deceiving us all these centuries. Since thousands of years, today put on one of the greatest shows that has ever been put on a man to get us to go to hell with him, temptation. So it's the greatest show on earth.
Yes, sir.
The greatest show on earth is the devil in person fooling the original people into believing in his way of life, in his way of doing things, in his way of thinking, in his way of being married, in his way of what marriage means.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
The devil in person. This is his way. We are so enamored by him because of his wealth.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on.
Go ahead.
Come on. His temptation is what got us over here. He knows the nature of us, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says. That man always have that nature to want to do. This he laid hold on, up upon this very minute. He's trying to use his woman, his son, and daughters to tempt the black man here in America and throughout the whole world of man. Actual fact. But why do you think that's so? Why do you think that's so? He's using everything that he can use to keep us on the bottom. Okay, you want a white girl. Why you want a white girl?
Come on.
Why you want a white girl? You know why you want a white girl? Because what? Because the white man. But what do some of the brothers say? Because she know how to talk to me. That's what you say. I can go to her house and there's a family there. Forget about that he broke us up. You know what I'm talking about? Now you want to enjoy the benefits of what he done taught her. And what did he teach her? To go get you, bro. Have a baby real quick, divorce that nigga, and get all his money. That's the play. It's tricks. Ain't no love in it at all. It's all game. Because the child that was bred is gonna be white too, no matter what color it is. You understand? That's why you want a white girl. Yeah. Why you don't want your sister? She talk too hard to me. All right. You need somebody to talk hard to you. You need somebody to tell you to be quiet and sit down sometimes. You need somebody to be your mama and your daddy. For real. We do need that. You need that. And not only that, she came over here in slavery with us. With us. You understand? It was a reason why he kept her close to him. It's a reason why she making all the bread. And you broke. Now, if she feeds into that psychological madness, right, then it is messed up. Oh, he gotta have this and gotta have that. But he got people on him. Like for real. That's stopping him from getting it. No matter how intelligent and savvy he is. It's on a whole nother level. But you, yeah, he wanna see you. That's how it is. That's how it always been. So he wants to destroy us through our woman. That's why he's always catered to her. Just go read the history. He'll tell you. He'll tell you straight up, right? This is how he keeps us divided. This is how he keeps us divided. He knows that the woman is the key. She's the first God that the baby sees and knows. She's the first one that the baby relies on. She's the only one that can understand what the baby is saying when it can't even speak the language. Hell, he gotta ask her, what's wrong with her?
That's right.
What's going on with him? Oh, he hungry, man. Go on. You understand what I'm saying? So she is the key to it all, right? And so even when you tracing the first black men and women that walked the planet, the mitochondrial DNA comes out of her. It comes out of her, right? This ain't no spook thing we talking about, right? Okay. Back to 7 speeches. I'm going back between these 2 lectures. These are the 2 that I was really into when I made this. Or put this thing together. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, but he didn't stop there. And you see how him and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad compliment each other? Because we're going back and forth between the 2, and they saying the same thing. You see how they compliment each other? That's how we should compliment.
Come on, man.
It's the same thing. You understand? As black people, that's how we should compliment. When we all unify and we saying the same, we may say it a little bit differently, but it's the same thing. Yeah, y'all feel what I'm talking about? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the best example. All right. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, but he didn't stop there. They all talking about the white man. He kept on dividing. Right?
That's what he did.
He gave us a religion which divided us. Did it not divide us? It divided us.
Right now.
It's dividing us. Right. One against the other. Whatever the slave master was, that's what he made his slaves. If the slave master was a Baptist, he made his slave a Baptist. If he was a Methodist, he made his slave a Methodist. If he was an Episcopalian, he made his slave what he was. Black people on the plantation argued over which part of the slave master's religion was better.
Come on.
While all of them were catching hell, looking to go to the kingdom in the sky to enjoy a better life after they were dead.
Insanity. Go ahead. Absolute insanity.
But he didn't stop there. No, brothers and sisters, he kept on dividing us. So when I asked the question, how do you control Negroes? You lie to them. That's it. You just start lying. That's how you make a devil. How you make a black devil. I think somebody told me it was what? Supreme wisdom with ignorance. I can't think of the phrase. Supreme wisdom with no character. Thank you, sir. That's how you make a black devil. Supreme wisdom with no character. And what is character? That's your moral fiber.
Come on, brother. Go ahead.
You understand? So let's keep going, because I gotta get down, because we got some business to handle, family. Good to see you, Brother Ori. Some Lakin soldier. No, brothers and sisters, he kept on dividing us. And when you have a whole number and you keep on dividing it into that whole number, you produce fractions. That's right. Every time you reduce it lower and lower until you drop it down into the lowest term. It's math, man. It's all math. Isn't that right? He said, when it's the whole, he said, when it is a whole number, when it's one, when it's solid, it is powerful. But the more you divide it against itself, you divide it against itself, right? The more you drop it down to its lowest term, the white people are not fools, man. They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. There's all kind of books out here. I just gave you one, The Delectable Negro. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of them out here. Hold them. Advice to Masters. That's a good one too. It even tell you how much food. Sister writing it down. The Advice of Masters to the Masters. That talks about. And that's really the business plan on slavery.
That's right.
That book right there may cost you $1,000 today, because they don't want you to know about it. But your brother give it to you for free if you just come ask me. I email it to you. You know what I'm talking about? Because I got a method to what I do to make sure that we know. All right. Like, for real, I got you. But it's a business plan on slavery, man. It talks about how we should marry the Negro, how much food we should feed them, what we should feed them, how much to weigh it up. You know, when they had their business meetings with the other slave masters and how they doing on their plantations, how the Jimmy, how you work the Jimmy, how you work the brother who's whipping the slave, make sure he don't whip him. I mean, it's a science, man. It's a business. It's a business to this thing. For real, you gotta read it so you can see how detailed they really are. It's just today they like, oh, we need to forget about all that. We don't even need to know about all that. But it's all in the Library of Congress. They ain't, just go check it out. You can't take no books out of there. So when you're in Washington, go read it. Tell them you want all the books on slavery. Yeah. Just go tell them. They're gonna be looking. You probably get FBI fingerprinted everything. For real. Retina scan, all that. You talking about they ain't got your retina? Yeah, they do. It's on your iPhone.
That's right.
They got your face, everything. It's on your iPhone. It's on your S24. It's on all that. They got it all now. You ain't gotta go. Yeah, you didn't know, did you? Now you know. Now you know. Okay, it's 11:20. Let me see how much I got. Okay, I'm gonna stop here though, fam. And then we're gonna pick up this part 2 at a later date because I didn't reach my time, but I want to end it with this right here. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad says the time of the judgment. He says what the act is to bring you into disfavor and dislike to your God. They want God to reject us because they don't believe in no spook God.
Right.
They know it's going to be a real live man, live in the flesh. They know that it's going to burn over here for real. It ain't no fake lake of fire. It's going to be some real lakes of fire. If you didn't know, just put a magnifying glass up and you'll see atoms floating in the air. That's the only way you can hear me. There's got to be fire in the room.
Yeah, come on.
It's got to be. Now, how do you ignite that fire? The God know how to do it because it's science.
Right.
So what they tell you is you don't mix science with religion. No, you can't do that. But it's all in the book.
Right.
That's for you, not for him. Yeah, that's for you, not for him. He knows exactly what's going on, right? And the wise among us, the 5%, know exactly what's going on. The key is who you gonna listen to. Who you gonna listen to? It's an information war now. Who you gonna listen to? That's what it's all about. Who you gonna believe in? The almighty and powerful one of the present day, or the one that's coming up? That ain't afraid of the all wise and powerful one that you are afraid of. That means it's something else in them that you just ain't tapped into yet. But when you tap into it, you gonna see. Most honorable Elijah Muhammad says, we know what he's trying to do. Listen to how he's talking. And you know, and you should know, my foolish brother, who is now being tempted by them. They don't want you for nothing but their doom to hell with them. Because of what? Because you have a good chance, a free chance to go to heaven, to see the hereafter. But they don't have it at all. At all. They were not made to go to heaven. I know that hurts some of y'all feelings that he talked. I mean, he at the age at this point, he ain't gonna shuck his job with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we like our elders, because they gonna tell you how it is. They ain't got time to play around. You understand what right, so it's right, it's uncut raw. That's how you want it, right? That's how you want it. Okay. He said, they are a people that came in a vacuum between our calendar history of 9,000 years to 15,000 years. This people, their maker, the God, Yaqub, a black original man, he told them to go and deceive all you can for 6,000 years. And after 6,000 years, your brother from the east will come and eat you up, meaning destroy them. All right, so the brother from the east that came is Master Farad Muhammad. The God from the east that came, who we opened up with talking about Genesis 15, was Master Farad Muhammad. You understand? The first thing that he taught us was, get rid of that food. Get rid of them pills. Let me tell you who you are. This is what we should be doing. I'm going to break you into a part of something. I'm going to give you a membership card. I'm going to show you business. I'm going to turn you into a military because they're going to keep kicking in the door because you want to do something for yourself. You see all the preachers, they in the newspaper going up against this voodoo cult. So you got to know our history. So you know how it happened. But the 6,000 years is up, so the God from the east came. And he taught us that 6,000 years was up in 1914. Is that right? So you line it up. 1914 is 15,000 years in our cycle. So just line it up. It's a reason why you got the 19th century AD and all this BC. They trying to keep you confused. Why they know what time it is all the time. You understand? Because the devil is the author of confusion. Right? The real devil. Your open enemy. Right? The one you can see. He not playing with us. We playing with him. And said he will eat him up, meaning destroy him. Well, how is he eating him up? First, he got to eat him up in our brains. Because the key is us. If you go back and you read Psalms 82, then you'll see they waiting on the resurrection so the judgment can start. That's how it ends. Oh God, resurrect. Why does God need to be resurrected? If he's already God.
Right, come on, good question.
It talks about that in the beginning. I'll go back to it just so you can see it. But it talks about that. So this resurrection of the dead, this judgment, when he's saying it's now, it's because this knowledge is in our brain now. And we should be acting different. So that first rock, the believers, when they first heard that truth, rock solid. Boom.
Right.
Soldiers.
Right.
They already were military people, so they already understood.
Right.
Following the chain of command.
Right.
They go to trial.
Right.
Palms up.
Right.
with scars on their face because they fighting the police. Not because they want to fight the police, because they have to fight the police. Because the police is agitating them and messing with them. And they not running. It's Islam. Destroy them. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, you have this in the revelation where the prophets were prophesied of this coming out of the east, and that they laid hold on the dragon, the white race, and cast them in a burning lake of fire, which is the continent of North America, is that lake. Now this is hard to believe. This is hard to understand. Because you like, man, how he gonna turn America into a lake of fire? I just told you how. You got atoms everywhere. The white man don't know everything. Get off of him. He ain't like that. Right. Praise due to Allah. He's not that smart. He's only that smart to you. He's a fool compared to God. And when he came and gave us the knowledge, he said this was an awakening knowledge, right? So we can know what time it is and what must be done. There's some other things that he says talking about the power of the original man. We ain't off the subject. It's the same thing. He said there'll be leaflets coming out the sky to direct us where we going to the safe zone. He said brothers gonna be on the corner. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, come on. Come on. He said it'll be written in Arabic and it'll be written in the language. Coming down from the same thing and where do you see this at going on in modern time? Before they start dropping bombs on over there, what do the white man do? He drop leaflets. He drop leaflets. Come on. Come on, y'all. We got to stay in on our square, man. We got to stay true to this. You know what I'm saying? Because God is going to destroy them like he's standing on business right there. You know what I'm saying? God is going to destroy them. And if we don't understand, we're going to go right along with him. We're going to be destroyed right along with them. And you say, why? Why not? Because God don't want this foolishness in the hereafter. Don't want none of it. And our Savior has arrived. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad talks about how we're going to have to be re-educated after this. So all religious books of this day end at the destruction of the last superpower. That's right. Even Buddha. That's right. Buddha means the enlightened one. But where the Buddha going to raise up at? Somewhere in the West. Right. And then they say, what Buddha look like? He going to have nappy hair, dark skin. Right. Quetzalcoatl. Come on. Where he going to raise up at? In the West. Go ahead. All of these black gods. That's right. They going to raise up in the West. So who are you and I? Right. We represent all these gods. That's right, brother. Because they all come from the same source. You understand? Now, I got to end this. And I got some more. But on this though, let me go back so you can see it for yourself. Let me go back. Right here. Psalms 82. Psalms 82. Since we're talking about the judgment, and then we'll close out. And hopefully, inshallah, we got something across to us today. It says, God stands in the congregation of the mighty. He judges among the gods. So now there's a distinction. It's a distinction between God and the lesser gods, right? Right. Just a distinction. Did it say God in its original text? I don't know. But you can do the research and find out. Right. All right. Says, how long will you judge unjustly? This is the supreme being talking to the little God. And show partiality to the wicked. Selah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. This is our assignment, right? Fruit. Ain't this our assignment? This is our assignment. Deliver the poor and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Free them from the hand of the wicked. How we gonna free them? We gonna throw truth at falsehood till we knock his brains out. That's what we commanded to do. That's our duty. That's our job, right? He said they do not know, nor do they understand. These are 85ers. This is 85% of us that's like this, right? They walk around or they walk about in darkness. No lights in their brain. Right? All the foundations of the earth are unstable. Well, what is the foundation of the earth? The original man. And they unstable because they what? They taking on a whole nother scholarship. A whole nother teaching. That's leading them astray. We so confused, we don't know which way to go. For real. Wasn't there a movie called Which Way Is Up? Which way is up? You know, I knew about that one, huh, Brother Andre? It is, but I used to sit around and look at that stuff. I was raised by old men. Yeah. All the foundations of the earth are unstable. I said, thank you, brother. You are God. So you have to make a distinction, right? And all of you are children of the Most High, which means that in our veins is the DNA of God. Is the DNA of God.
That's it. Teach it, man.
You want to find out who God is? Go get a blood test.
Right.
Look at your DNA, man. It's all in there. It'll take you back to the original, right? Children of the Most High, but you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes, right? Now, this is the part that we was talking about.
Right.
He says what? Arise, O God. Judge the earth, for you shall inherit all nations.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
That's it.
That's real.
That's it. So the most important thing that we can do is deliver the truth to our poor and suffering people.
That's right, brother. That's it.
So they can exercise the power of the original man.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
Because if we never get to this part, arise, oh God, then how the judgment gonna start? Even though we living in the judgment.
Right.
But it's something else we got to do that the judgment in the book is saying. That brings the blood up to the horse's bridle.
Right.
Because they gonna tempt us in the wrong way.
That's it, brother.
Y'all feel me?
Yes, sir.
Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
Y'all scared?
No, sir.
We riding with Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan. Till the wheels fall off, right? From the windows to the walls. Ain't that right? All praise is due to Allah. That's how far we gonna ride with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Till the wheels fall off, man. So we have to endure all this madness that we see and humble ourselves until the end.
That's it, brother.
That's hard sometimes. It's hard, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Because if we don't do it, we're gonna leave the classroom of God and we won't learn what we're supposed to learn. It's something that we're supposed to learn. And then if this is the manifestation of defects, it shouldn't bother us that much when we see these defects.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it's supposed to happen.
Purify.
When a crackhead
Come on, man.
is trying to get off crack and they go to the doctor and they start pumping them up with morphine,
Right.
what do you see? You see an exorcism going on.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You got to change the environment to get him. My uncle was like this, so I know.
Right. Go ahead. You teach us. That's good teaching.
He'd do anything to get that hit, even though he really won't help.
Right.
This is what we seeing when we talk about the manifestation of defects, even in us.
Right.
We get this teaching, sometimes we go plumb crazy, totally off the wall.
Right.
Make this thing more difficult than what it really is. Space Ghost.
Right.
Space Ghost scientist, straight up. Straight up, and be thinking you right.
Right. Can't tell you that. Go ahead.
It's cool, go through that. But that's not your end result.
Right.
Because once you get out of space, you got to land that plane and come back to the ground and get some oxygen. You can't even stay up there for 12 months before you got to come back and get some of this oxygen. So you can't be a space ghost forever. You got to come back down to the reality, and you got to go face to face with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and their followers. There's no getting around this. So, the power of the original, man. I pray that I got over what we needed today as far as part one. But we going to finish this at a later date, inshallah. And so I'll leave you as I came before you in the greeting words of peace and paradise of Assalamu alaikum. All praises are due to Allah. All praises are due to Allah. I only have a few questions to ask today. How many of you here for your first time? Please raise your hands. Let us see you and recognize you. Thank you for joining us today.